Hi, my name is Laura Figueroa. This is Chapter 2, the general functions of the main classes of organic molecules in the cells. Before we can begin to describe the functions of the main classes of organic molecules, we must first identify them. The following are the four main organic molecules: carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, and nucleic acids. The first organic molecule we will be describing general functions for are carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are water-soluble molecules that include atoms of carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. The primary functions of carbohydrates in the cell are as follows. They provide much of the energy that cells require. They also supply materials to build certain cell structures. They are often stored as reserve energy supplies. Carbohydrates are classified into three groups depending on the number of sugar molecules present. The three groups are monosaccharides. This is the simplest kind of carbohydrate. It is a single sugar molecule. Disaccharides, which consist of two linked sugar molecules, and polysaccharides, which consist of a series of connected monosaccharides. One example of a monosaccharide would be fructose or glucose, which is shown here in the picture. An example of a disaccharide would be sucrose, and an example of a polysaccharide would be starch or glycogen. The second organic molecule we will describe will be lipids. Lipids are insoluble in water, but are soluble in organic solvents like ether and chloroform. Lipids include different compounds such as triglycerides, phospholipids, and steroids. These compounds have vital functions in cells and are important compounds of cell membranes. Next, I will be describing the functions of the three compounds that make up lipids and their functions. Triglycerides is one of the most common type of lipid in the body. It is primarily used to supply energy for cellular activities. It is also stored in fat tissue, which can provide insulation beneath the skin. Phospholipids are used as structural components in cell membranes, regularly found in the liver and parts of the nervous system. And steroids play roles in reproduction, absorption, metabolism regulation, and brain activity. Among the more important steroids are cholesterol, sex hormones, and several hormones from the adrenal glands. The next organic molecule we will describe will be proteins. Proteins serve as structural materials, energy sources, hormones, cell surface receptors, antibodies, and enzymes that speed chemical reactions. The building blocks of proteins are amino acids. Amino acids are connected by peptide bonds. Proteins have complex three-dimensional shapes called conformations. Proteins also consist of atoms of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, and some contain sulfur. The last organic molecule we will describe will be nucleic acids. Nucleic acids make up the genes. They store information for the synthesis of proteins and control cell activities. Nucleotides are the building blocks of nucleic acid. There are two types of nucleic acid. The first is DNA. DNA is a polynucleotide chain wound into a double helix, as it is shown here in the picture. DNA molecules are in charge of storing information that cell parts use to construct specific proteins. And the next type of nucleic acid is RNA, which is a single-stranded polynucleotide chain, as it can be seen in the picture. RNA molecules help to synthesize proteins. These are my references besides my anatomy textbook. I also used this website to get the information that was included in this video. Thank you.